On my brain surgery day, nobody came to visit. They were all at my sister's baby shower instead. As I cried alone, my dad texted, "You owe us an apology." AMD 37 missed calls followed. I woke up at 4 a.m. to the sound of my alarm and the taste of metal in my mouth. Pre-surgery nerves. The hospital gown was already laid out on the chair, pale blue, thin, the kind that ties in the back and leaves you exposed, leaves you vulnerable. My hands shook as I pulled it on. Brain surgery. A tumor the size of a grape pressing against my frontal lobe. 6 hours on the table. 15% chance of permanent damage. Speech problems. Memory loss. Personality changes. The neurosurgeon had been clear 3 weeks ago in his office. "This is serious, Miss Chen. Very serious. You'll need support. Someone to stay with you during surgery. Someone to drive you home after discharge. Someone to help you recover for at least 2 weeks. You cannot do this alone." I'd told everyone that same day, called my parents on the drive home from the doctor's office, told them everything. The tumor, the surgery, the risks. "We'll be there," my mother had said. "Of course, we'll be there." Texted my sister Emma. She'd called back immediately, crying, "Oh my God, I'm so scared for you. I'll be there, I promise." Posted in the family group chat. 23 people. Parents, sister, aunts, uncles, cousins. Surgery scheduled for October 18th. 6 a.m. check-in at Street Mary's. Please come if you can. I'm really scared and could use the support. Mom, of course, honey, we love you. Dad, we'll be there. Stay strong. Emma, I'll take the day off work. Love you so much. Aunt Carol, praying for you, sweetie. Uncle Mike, you got this. We're all behind you. The messages had kept coming. Hearts, praying hands emojis, promises. Today was October 18th. The nurse checked me in at 6 a.m. Street, Mary's Hospital, 4th floor, surgical wing. Her name was Patricia, middle-aged, kind eyes. She took my vitals and started my paperwork. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead. The waiting room smelled like disinfectant and fear and old coffee from the vending machine in the corner. I sat alone on a plastic chair, phone in my lap, eyes fixed on the automatic doors, watching, waiting. No one came. 6:30, still alone, just me and an elderly couple, 3 rows over, holding hands and whispering. 7. The elderly couple got called back. I was the only one left in the waiting room. Patricia came back, looked around. Still no one? "They're probably just running late," I said. "Traffic, you know." She nodded, but I could see the pity in her eyes. By 7:30, they couldn't wait anymore. They wheeled me into pre-op on a gurney. White walls, beeping machines, the smell of antiseptic burning my nose and throat. The anesthesiologist came in, Dr. Patel, kind eyes, gentle hands, started my IV. "Is anyone here with you today?" she asked. Standard question, making conversation while she worked. I looked at the empty doorway, the empty hall beyond. "They're coming," I whispered. "They're just running late." She nodded slowly, didn't believe me. I could see it in her face. The way her eyes softened, the way she touched my shoulder. "We'll take excellent care of you," she said. "Dr. Morrison is the best neurosurgeon in the state. You're in good hands. Thank you." She started the pre-medication, something to calm me down, make me drowsy. The medication started flowing through the IV, cold in my veins, spreading through my arm, my chest, my whole body. The room got fuzzy, edges soft and blurred. I tried to stay awake, tried to wait for them. Just a few more minutes. They'd come. They promised, but they didn't come. The last thing I saw before going under was the empty doorway, the fluorescent lights, the white walls, and I was completely alone. I woke up 12 hours later, head wrapped in thick gauze, vision blurred and doubled, pain everywhere. A dull, deep, throbbing ache that seemed to pulse with my heartbeat, like someone had taken a hammer to my skull. A nurse was adjusting my IV, different one, older woman, gray hair, tired eyes. "Surgery went well," she said softly when she saw my eyes open. "You're very lucky. Dr. Morrison got the entire tumor, clean margins, no complications. You did great." I tried to speak. My mouth was dry, tongue thick and heavy. Words wouldn't form right. "Water," I managed. She held a cup to my lips. Let me sip through a straw. The water was cold. Hurt my throat going down. "Small sips," she said. "Your throat's sore from the breathing tube." I turned my head slowly, carefully. Every tiny movement sent waves of pain through my skull. The chair beside my bed was empty. No flowers, no cards, no balloons, no stuffed animals. Just me and the beeping machines and the empty chair. I reached for my phone on the side table. My hand trembled. Coordination off. Knocked over the water cup. The nurse caught it before it spilled. "Easy," she said. "You just had major brain surgery. Take it slow. Everything's going to feel strange for a while." I grabbed the phone with both hands, brought it close to my face. Had to squint to focus. Everything was blurry. Unlocked it with my fingerprint. 37 missed calls, all from my dad, all between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., and one text message, Dad, you owe us an apology. My chest tightened, breath caught in my throat. An apology? For what? I opened the family group chat with shaking, clumsy fingers. Photos, dozens of them, posted throughout the day while I was under anesthesia. Emma's baby shower, pink balloons everywhere, pink streamers hanging from trees, a 3-tier cake with fondant flowers and pink ribbons, a banner that said, "Oh baby," in glittery letters, my mother holding a tiny onesie that said, "Grandma's girl," smiling, huge, glowing, so happy. My father, laughing, arm around Emma, her belly round and perfect under a flowing white dress. Emma opening presents, mountains of pink gifts, baby clothes, bottles, toys. Everyone was there. Aunt Carol, Uncle Mike, Cousin Jenny, Cousin Tom, everyone, smiling, celebrating, hugging, together. I scrolled up through the messages with trembling hands, found the one from 3 weeks ago. Emma, September 27th, 3:42 p.m. Guys, I'm moving the shower to the 18th. Hope everyone can still make it. 30 minutes after I'd posted about my surgery, the 18th. Today, the exact same day as my brain surgery. Mom, we'll be there, sweetie. So excited. Dad, wouldn't miss it for the world, Pumpkin. Aunt Carol, can't wait. I'll bring the punch. Uncle Mike, count us in. We're so excited. We're so excited. Cousin Jenny, see you there. I kept scrolling, looking desperately for something, anything, looking for someone who mentioned my surgery, who asked how I was doing, who remembered. No one mentioned it. Not one word. Not one, good luck. Not one, we're thinking of you. Not one, sorry, we can't be there. Not one, hope surgery goes well. Nothing. They'd all just forgotten. Chose Emma's baby shower over my brain surgery. I stared at the ceiling, the fluorescent lights burning into my skull, making the pain so much worse. My throat closed up, tight, suffocating. Tears came, hot, silent, streaming down my face into the gauze wrapped around my head. I cried alone in that hospital room, body shaking with sobs, head throbbing with every movement, machines beeping steadily around me. The nurse looked over, saw me crying, came back to my bedside. Pain? She asked, gently. I can get you more medication. I shook my head, couldn't speak, couldn't explain. She squeezed my hand. It's okay. Surgery is scary. You're allowed to cry. You've been through something traumatic. But she didn't understand. It wasn't the surgery. It was them. I cried for 20 minutes, until I had no tears left, until my head hurt so badly I thought I might pass out. Then I stopped, wiped my face with the scratchy hospital blanket, took a breath. Something cold settled in my chest, something hard, something that hadn't been there before, something that felt like steel. I stayed in the hospital for 4 days, standard recovery protocol for craniotomy patients. They needed to monitor for swelling, for seizures, for bleeding, for infection, for complications. Every day, I sat in that bed alone. Nurses came and went. Doctors checked on me. Physical therapists helped me walk. Occupational therapists helped me with basic tasks, but no family. My parents finally visited on day 3 p.m., 23 minutes total. I watched the clock, awkward smiles, forced conversation. My mother's purse clutched to her chest like a shield. My father checking his watch twice. We're so sorry we couldn't make it to the surgery, my mother said, not looking at me. Looking at the machines, at the window, at the floor, anywhere but my eyes. Emma needed us, you understand. It was her baby shower. We'd already committed months ago. RSVP'd, paid the deposit on the venue. I nodded, smiled, said nothing. My father cleared his throat, shifted his weight from foot to foot, uncomfortable. You didn't respond to my calls, he said, voice tight. Angry. That was rude. Very rude. I called 37 times. 37. And you ignored every single one. I was in surgery, I said quietly. My voice still slurred slightly. The speech problems they'd warned me about. And then unconscious for hours after. Still, you could have called back afterward. When you woke up, family is family. Communication is important. It's disrespectful to ignore your father. I nodded again. You're right. I'm sorry. Emma was very upset that you didn't acknowledge her shower. Didn't respond to any of the photos she sent. She put a lot of work into that shower. She wanted to share it with you. I looked at my mother. I was having brain surgery. We know, honey. But you could have at least sent a congratulations text. A heart emoji. Something. She felt really hurt. My father checked his watch again. We should go. We have dinner reservations. But we're glad you're okay. You look good. Healing well. They left 14 minutes later. Emma never visited at all. Sent one text on day 4. Hope you're feeling better. Sorry I couldn't visit. Pregnancy fatigue is killing me. Love you. I went home on day 5. Alone. Called a Uber. The driver had to help me to my apartment door because I was too dizzy to walk straight. Healed slowly. Took my medications 4 times a day. Set alarms so I wouldn't forget. Went to follow-up appointments alone. Waited in waiting rooms alone. Had my staples removed alone. 16 of them. Pulled from my scalp one by one. Had my stitches removed alone. Started physical therapy twice a week for the lingering dizziness and balance issues. Started speech therapy 3 times a week for the slur in my words that wouldn't go away. All alone. They texted sometimes. My family. Mom, how are you feeling, honey? We miss you. Me, fine. Dad, when can we see you? It's been weeks. Me, busy with recovery. Emma, you've been so distant lately. Is everything okay? Did I do something wrong? Me, everything's great. Aunt Carol, we haven't seen you in forever. Come to Sunday dinner. Me, can't. Doctor's orders to rest. One-word replies, two-word replies, short, polite, empty. They thought I'd forgiven them. They thought time had healed the wound. They thought we were okay. They were wrong. I hadn't forgiven anything. I just stayed quiet, stayed calm, stayed away, observed from a distance. Watched them go back to normal in the group chat. Watched them laugh and share memes and make plans. Watch them celebrate Emma's pregnancy milestones, the gender announcement, the nursery reveal, the baby shower, thank you posts. They thought I'd moved on. I was just waiting. 6 months later, Emma announced her gender reveal party, April 15th, 6 months to the day after my surgery. Big event, backyard barbecue at my parents' house. Everyone invited. 75 people on the guest list. Catered food from the fancy place downtown. Professional photographer. Custom decorations. The works. Emma, in group chat. Gender reveal party. April 15th, 2 p.m. Everyone must come. This is the biggest day of our lives. The responses flooded in immediately. Within minutes. Mom, we'll be there. So exciting. Can't wait. Dad, wouldn't miss it for anything. Aunt Carol, I'm bringing my famous potato salad. Uncle Mike, we'll be there with bells on. Cousin Jenny, oh my God. Yes, taking off work. I stared at my phone for a long time, thinking, calculating, planning. Then, I typed, me, I'll be there. Can't wait. 3 dots appeared immediately. Emma was typing. Emma, oh my God. Yay, I'm so glad. I missed you so much. It hasn't been the same without you. Me, wouldn't miss it for the world. I RSVP'd. Yes. Marked it on my calendar, circled it in red, showed up early on the day of the party, 1 p.m., a full hour before it started. Helped set up tables in the backyard, arranged chairs in neat rows, hung pink and blue decorations from tree branches, smiled at my aunts when they arrived early, hugged my cousins, acted normal, acted fine, acted like everything was forgiven. My mother kissed my cheek when she saw me. I'm so glad you're here, she said, squeezing my hands. Emma was worried you were still upset about. Well, you know, the surgery thing. I'm fine, I said, smiling, all healed up, good as new. You look wonderful. You can barely see the scar anymore. I touched the thin line on my scalp, hidden now by 6 months of hair growth. But I felt it every time I brushed my hair, every time I looked in the mirror. Modern medicine is amazing, I said. Emma waddled over around 1:30, 7.5 months pregnant now, belly, huge, glowing, radiant, happy. You came, she hugged me tight. I was so worried you wouldn't. I thought you were mad at me. Why would I be mad? I asked, smiling. I don't know. You've just been so distant. I thought maybe I did something wrong. Of course not, I said. Family is family, right? She beamed, tears in her eyes. Yes, exactly. I'm so happy you're here. She squeezed my hand. This means everything to me, having my big sister here. I wouldn't miss it, I said. The party filled up quickly. 75 people in the backyard, more than had been at Emma's shower. Burgers and hot dogs on the grill, fancy catered sides, kids running around with balloons, music playing from rented speakers, everyone laughing, everyone happy, everyone dressed in pink or blue, taking sides, making bets. The reveal was scheduled for 3 p.m. sharp. At 2:55, everyone gathered in a semicircle in the backyard. Emma and her husband David stood in the center beside a large black box decorated with question marks. Inside, balloons, either blue or pink. Nobody knew yet, except the bakery that had filled it. My parents flanked them on both sides, phones out, ready to record the moment. Everyone else formed rows behind them, phones up, cameras ready, excited chatter. Okay everyone, Emma shouted, bouncing, hand on her belly. On 3, David and I open the box, and we all find out together. Cheers, whistles. 1, 2, wait, I said. Everyone turned. 75 pairs of eyes on me. Silence fell. I pulled a folded piece of paper from my jacket pocket, walked through the crowd. They parted for me like water. Handed it to my father. His smile faded when he saw my face. What's this? He asked, unfolding it, confused, annoyed at the interruption. My medical bill, I said, voice loud, clear, steady. From the surgery, the brain surgery, the one you all missed. His face went white. The paper trembled in his hands. My mother's smile froze, shattered like glass. Emma's eyes went wide, darting between us. What's going on? I had brain surgery 6 months ago, I said, loud enough for everyone to hear. All 75 people, a tumor, life-threatening, malignant. 6 hours on the operating table. They had to open my skull. 15% chance of permanent brain damage. The backyard went completely silent. Music still playing from the speakers somewhere, but nobody moved, nobody spoke, nobody breathed. I told everyone about it 3 weeks in advance, I continued. Sent the date, posted in the family chat, called, texted, begged you all to come, said I was terrified, said I needed support. I looked around at all of them, all 75 faces staring at me. None of you showed up, not one single person, not one. My mother's mouth opened, no sound came out. You were all here instead, I said, gesturing to the yard, at Emma's baby shower, on the exact same day. At the exact same time, I was having my skull cut open and a tumor removed from my brain. Aunt Carol's face went red. Uncle Mike looked at the ground. Cousin Jenny's mouth hung open. I woke up alone, I continued, voice steady. No one in the chair beside my bed. No flowers, no cards, no balloons, nothing. I cried alone in that hospital room for 20 minutes. Recovered alone for 4 days. Went home alone. Went through weeks of physical therapy alone. Speech therapy alone. Learned to walk straight again alone. My father's jaw tightened, the paper crumpling in his fist. And Dad, I looked directly at him. You called me rude for not answering your 37 phone calls while I was unconscious, while I was in surgery, with my brain exposed, being operated on. Someone gasped. Multiple people, shocked whispers starting. You chose her, I said simply, pointing at Emma. Every single one of you. You chose a baby shower, a party over my life, over my brain surgery. You chose cake and balloons and presents over whether I lived or died on that operating table. Emma's eyes filled with tears, hand protective on her belly. I'm not angry anymore, I said. I was. God, I was so angry. For months, but now I'm just done. I'm done pretending we're a family. I'm done pretending you care about me. I looked at Emma, really looked at her tears, at her hurt expression. Congratulations on the baby, I said. I genuinely hope she's healthy. I hope she has a big, loving family. A family who shows up when she needs them. A family who chooses her, who remembers her exists, who doesn't leave her alone and terrified on the worst day of her life. The silence was deafening now, complete. I turned and walked toward my car, parked on the street. Behind me, someone started crying. My mother, probably. Wait, Emma called out, voice breaking. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was the same day. I'm so sorry. I kept walking, didn't turn around. You did know, I called back. I told you, I begged you. You just didn't care enough. My mother was calling my name now. Please, we can talk about this. Come back. Don't leave like this. My father, this is completely inappropriate. This is Emma's day. How dare you? I reached my car, opened the door, got in, closed it. Looked back one time through the windshield. I could see them all standing there, frozen in place, staring. Emma was sobbing now. David had his arms around her. My mother had her face in her hands. My father looked furious, red-faced, shaking. The black box with the balloons sat forgotten on the ground. Nobody cared about the gender anymore. I started the engine, put the car in drive, and drove away.